we'll go ahead and get started this evening. So first and foremost, I would like to let you know that tonight's NAMIGO Talks is sponsored by Synexus. Synexus Research needs help from someone like you. Be a part of a clinical trial, do something rewarding. Top 3 reasons to be involved with Synexus are to help advance medicine. One of our studies could improve your health. To help others, their research may lead to new treatments that help people live better quality lives. And to be compensated. Who doesn't love that? Qualified participants may be compensated for their time and travel. Synexus Research has a vast array of studies offered at our local sites in Orlando and the Villages, and our PTSD study may be of interest for you. Other study indications include memory loss, early Alzheimer's disease prevention, non-alcoholic fatty liver disease studies, diabetic neuropathy, low back pain, osteoarthritis in the knee, Parkinson's disease, Crohn's disease, and chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. With that, they are currently running a health-related opportunity for respiratory syncytial virus, or RSV, in Orlando and the Villages. This study is for male and female participants 60 years of age or older, ranging up until September 1st. And I'll go ahead after I introduce Eric and get a little started. I'll put some PDFs in the chat so you can check that out if that applies to you. Now, of course, the real reason, or the big reason why we all are here is for this afternoon's or this evening's NAMIGO Talks. Behind the scenes, it's going to be presented or led by Eric Welch, who is currently the Executive Director at NAMI Greater Orlando, a position he has had for just about 5 years now, or just over 5 years. Eric represents our organization and advocates for mental health at all levels, including local, state, and national initiatives. He also served on the NAMI National Strategic Planning Committee and currently represents fellow executive directors as a NAMI Executive Council Officer. Recently, Eric serves as a spokesperson for mental health issues throughout the Central Florida area. Today, we're really going to dive into and answer our most frequently asked questions, see what kind of questions we receive the most phone calls for, explore community resources in our Tri-County area, and just dive a little bit more into who we are and what we do as an organization. So with that, I'll go ahead and pass it over to our host this evening, Eric Welch.
Thank you, Erin. I appreciate everybody being here, both online and on our friends on Facebook Live. This is first time we've ever gone on to Facebook Live as well. I wanted to just talk a little bit about what it is that we're the purpose behind this. I think we've got everybody cleared now. Okay, there we go. Can everybody still hear me? Okay. Okay, good. Put everybody on mute there for a second. So the idea behind this is we wanted to talk a little bit about who we are, what we do, because even if you've been around for quite some time, it changes, especially during COVID. Some of the things that we have been doing, we continue to do, and some of the things have pivoted. So what we're doing tonight is talking a little bit of kind of a one-on-one. Who does what? Who are our staff? And what are the basic things that go on behind the scenes? And then when we get done with that part, we've got some sort of questions that we think you would ask, but when we're done with that part, we're going to open it up. And we've got myself, we've got Paula Kegelman here, our board president, who's popping in from the beach. So this is your chance to any type of question that you always wanted to ask any of our staff members. They are mostly here, except for the ones that are on vacation or out, and they're gonna talk about what they do. So I think what I'm gonna start with then is I'm gonna introduce our staff, and each of them will take a minute to talk about what they do. And then we'll close it with Erin, and then Erin will go over kind of all the programs that we do. Some of them you've heard of, some of them you may not. Some of them you may say, oh wow, that, you know, we do a little bit of that too. And some we're going to be doing more of. So with that, I see 4 people. That's correct. Okay, why don't we start with our newest person, our friend, colleague, neighbor, Luke, who looks like he's got a plant growing out of his head there. So we like that. But Luke, why don't you introduce yourself and tell us what you do here?
Hello, my name is Luke, and I'm a community presenter at NAMI Greater Orlando. And basically what I do with NAMI is I will go out into the community, whether it be at schools or at CIT trainings, and I'll give presentations on mental health and promote awareness. And I'll do that by either leading the presentation or sharing a little bit of my personal story, so people around the community can relate and promote that awareness even more. So yeah, that's what I do.
That's great. Welcome to the team. And Luke's been on the team for 6 weeks or so.
Yeah, like about 2 months. Yeah.
Okay, 8 weeks. Okay, there we go. And up next in the same role, but doing much different because she was in one role and then moved to another role, is our newest community presenter, who is practicing without all the note cards. So we have to make sure that the note cards are going away soon. But yeah, I know. But Olivia, what do you tell us in 30 seconds? This is going to be fun. In 30 seconds, tell us what you do for the organization.
Hi, everybody. My name is Olivia. I'm a community presenter. Like Luke said, we go out into the community and we either share our story or share some really important mental health facts and warning signs to youth and to police officers. We also do a lot of the office work, answering phone calls, talking with the community, giving out resources. We also do a little bit of I do the social media outreach and advertising our programs and really just communicating with the community more often. So love both of my roles, kind of a little bit from each bucket.
And a little bit of catch-all stuff as well. When we can't figure it out, we kind of ask Olivia. And Olivia, how long have you been with us now in some way or fashion?
Since March.
Pre-walk, that's right. Okay, since March. Great. Okay, and I see Sheila over there. Yes?
Unmute, Eric. Yep.
There you go.
There I am. Hi, my name is Sheila McCann, and I am the program's administrative assistant, and I will be helping Erin and help her get out all the information on our amazing support groups and education programs and resources that we have at NAMI, and just help you schedule anything, answer any questions that you might have, and I am really looking forward to working with everybody.
Great. I think I'm gonna have Paula go next real quickly, even though she's not officially a staff member. She has a plenty of hours put in. So I'm gonna go to Paula, then Erin. So Paula, tell us a little bit about what you do.
I get paid the big bucks. I have a lot of zeros in my pay. It starts with the zero and it ends with the zero, but there's a lot of them. I am Paula Kegelman. I have been your president for NAMI Greater Orlando. This is my 5th and final year. I hand over the Grand Poobah hat December 31st to Miss Jessica, who is our vice president on the board. I assure you, you are in great hands. And she's a lot like me, and we think a lot alike. So sorry for Eric. So it's going to be a smooth transition, and I have all the faith that, we're going to be just fine. I am going nowhere anytime soon. For those of you who know me, I've been involved, or don't know me, I've been involved with NAMI since 2006, when my David had his mental health diagnosis in 2005. I have been involved with NAMI in some fashion ever since. I teach family to family. I think I've taught 11 times, so 11 years. I chaired the walk for several years. I've been on and off the board. So I've been around for a while. Donna officially called me one of the NAMI mommies yesterday, made my heart flutter a little bit. I was touched by that. So it makes me old and it makes me seasoned, but it makes me happy all in the same breath. So I'm thrilled about that. I also do friends and family presentation, which we did yesterday at UCF. So yeah, I've been around for a while and working really closely with Eric, especially over the past 18 months, 2 years when it's been through the pandemic. Just a little plug to the office. I don't see Barb on here. I wish she was just for this, but I will say that it is the Barbs and the Aarons and the Eric and, a little pat on the old shoulder that kept this organization along with our board. But really there was a lot of one-on-one through this pandemic, and we came out are coming out of this really well. So we're really happy about that. Our programs have stayed strong. Our community has supported us through this, as you can tell by the walk that we just had, etc. So I've never met Luke and I've never met Sheila. So I'm glad to see you guys on here. I will say that Luke and Olivia are going to relate really well as ETS presenters, especially. So I'm happy to see that. You guys are young and vibrant, and you know, a dude with the long hair is going to go great in the school. So you're great. So it's going to be good. The kids are going to relate to you, and that's super important for that program, as we know. And Sheila, you've got some shoes to fill as well there, because Erin needs some backup. So she's been flying that flagpole for a little bit too long by herself. So that's great too. Barb, of course, has been the backbone of this office for, I don't know, 100 years, probably since our inception of 1980, 4, I think it is, or 2. But on a serious note, I think she's on 11 years now with the organization. So we're eternally grateful for everything she does and has done and continues to do. Eric, of course, has just celebrated his 5th year with us, and we're so grateful for that. And then good old Erin is having her 1 year tomorrow, if my calendar is correct. So we're super grateful for that. Donna Helsel, for most of you that know her, passed the education torch on to Erin a year ago, and it's been a great success and a very easy transition there as well. So what else you want from me, Eric?
I think that's good.
Okay, there we go.
I would also say that, under Paula's leadership, we put together a strategic plan of about 3 years ago. And, in the world of strategic planning, you dream big of, well, what are the things that we would most likely want to see happen? And we've over the past week, we've pretty much gotten to all of them, especially with an expansion of staff into the world of more program folks, the community presenter people you see in front of you, as well as expanding the event crew. So we are hiring, as always. We are continued to hire. So if you know of anybody interested in working for nonprofit, let us know. So, but congratulations on that. So I'm going to move over to Erin, who's now going to introduce herself and then walk us through. I don't even know how many it is off the top of my head, but it's a long list of the different programs that we work on and what they are and how we get them accomplished. So Erin, it's over to you.
Absolutely. Thank you. And thank you, Paula, for the kind words. I so appreciate it. So my name is Erin Webb. I'm the Director of Programs here at NAMI Greater Orlando, which means that I help to facilitate our programs from start to stop and create new partnerships along the way. Sheila has come in and has been a tremendous help. So as we further our relationship and get her all the way there, then a lot of my time will be spent on creating new partnerships, growing our programs from the ground up, and going that way. With that being said, I'm going to list off and do a brief description for each of our programs. If you have any questions, please feel free to drop them in the chat or hold on to them until the end of the laundry list, and I'll be happy to answer any questions. So we're going to start with our educational classes first. The first one, just because we do the most of them, is Family to Family. Family to Family is an 8-week course designed specifically for individuals who have loved ones with a mental health condition. It can be son, spouse, nephew, whoever it may be, somebody important to you. You'll fit right into that class. The great thing about all of our programs is that they are peer-led. So somebody teaching Family to Family has been there, done that. They have had that loved one or do have that loved one, and having that experience, creates that support group right within that community. It touches on everything ranging from the biological basis of the brain through caring for yourself as a caretaker and just about everything in between. So it's a great way to kind of jump right into the mental health world and get some great resources and experience along the way. Our next class is peer-to-peer, which is kind of the inverse of that. So it is for the individuals who have mental health conditions. It touches on advocating for yourself at the doctor's office, how to make notes of any side effects that your medication may be giving helping you, how to keep track of maybe medication that didn't work for you, how to use positive coping strategies, different kind of mechanisms that you can use, and more. And again, that class is taught by individuals who have been there and done that, so you get that little extra perk in there. We offer Basics, which is a 6-week course that is provided to parents of youth who are either diagnosed with a mental health condition or undiagnosed but showing signs or symptoms. Touches on different ways that you can work with the school system for better support for your child or your youth that's your loved one. It touches on how to communicate with them effectively, how to build that community of support within your family. Another class that we offer that we're hoping to kind of revamp or relaunch in the next year or so, so some insider info there, is Homefront, which is a 6-week course designed specifically for, again, loved ones of somebody living with a mental health condition, but really focus on veterans. So we all know that the emotional experiences that veterans experience are different from others living with mental health conditions. So it really hones in on that. So stay tuned for a big NAMI Greater Orlando relaunch one of these years. And until then, NAMI National offers that online. So you can definitely register there to stay connected and informed. Our next section that we'll move on to is our support groups. So we offer family support groups. So for family members of loved ones living with a mental health condition, again, led and facilitated by individuals who have been there and done that. I see Marianne on the call, one of our seasoned facilitators for family support groups. So again, you're in great hands. I always push everyone to Asbury because I know they'll love it there. And then on the flip side of that, we offer Connections support group, which is for those living with mental health conditions. And I think we have Linda on the call too, who is Marianne's partner in crime, if you will, who helps out with Connection both at Asbury and virtually. So she's a lady of many talents. Again, same thing, peer-led, so taught and facilitated by individuals who have been there and done that. Next, we can move on to our community presentations, if you will. The first one is one of my favorites. It is Ending the Silence. This is a presentation where we offer 3 different facets. So the first one is Ending the Silence for students. This is a presentation focused and designed for middle, high school, and occasionally the college class. Touches on breaking down the stigma surrounding mental health. It touches on mental health condition warning signs, suicide awareness, suicide prevention, positive coping strategies, who students can turn to at their schools and in their personal life. And then it's wrapped up by one of our wonderful young adult presenters, such as Luke or Olivia, sharing their personal story with their mental health condition, stating that recovery is possible and that hope is always there. So it's a really, really impactful, moving program. It's 50 minutes, so it's designed to fit right into any class period. So we're really excited to be able to offer that to our Tri-County area. So that's Orange, Osceola, and Seminole counties. We also offer Ending the Silence for families, which is similar to Ending the Silence for students, except it teaches the caregivers or parents or loved ones who have youth that how to communicate with their youth in their life, how to communicate with the school system, how to effectively kind of get everyone on the same page, and again, kind of form that circle of support for the young adult or youth in their life. Ending the Silence for staff is what it sounds like. It's for school staff. So it teaches school staff how to communicate with families, what to look for in the youth that they work with on a daily basis, how to effectively, again, build up that support system for that youth. Our next one is In Our Own Voice, which is a presentation that is led by 2 individuals living with a mental health condition. They share what happened, what helps, and what's next in terms of their mental health journey. And it's done in conjunction with videos that share either 6 or 8 other different stories as well. So it's really well done and really well received by large portions of the community. We take those to places. We've been to the Salvation Army, public libraries, different church groups. So that it travels really well and can kind of let a light into somebody living with a mental health condition and really start that conversation. Our next one, we'll do Sharing Hope. We're hoping to really be able to get that one going within the next year or so. It's specifically designed for BIPOC communities, brown or Black individuals, and focusing on mental health through their stories, and of course led by individuals who have that experience. So we are really hoping to be able to get that rolling sooner rather than later, because we know how important and necessary it is. After that, we offer provider education, which can either be a class type setting or a seminar type setting. This is for healthcare professionals and is taught by either a 2 or 3 trained person team, one of which is not a mental health provider, but some sort of medical professional that either has a loved one with a mental health condition or lives with a mental health condition themselves. It's either broken down into a 5-week course that's about 15 hours, and we work around your schedule, or it can be done in a 4-hour seminar type setting. Similar to that is family and friends, kind of a little teaser into family to family. We just did one with Paula and Donna yesterday, so I was lucky enough to be a part of that. Touches on everything ranging from learning what a mental health condition is and is not, through the biological basis of the mental health condition, to different diagnoses, to personal stories, and everything in between. So it's a great way to kind of get a little teaser to what family to family is, get some information relatively quickly, or to have a refresher for some things that you've already known, or it could be your first look into the mental health field in general. So lots of different great ways to be involved there. Our next one that we can touch on is CIT and CITY. So we are a part of CIT, which is Crisis Intervention Team Training with law enforcement. The portion that we bring to the table is sharing who we are, what we do in a much more condensed version than this, and personal stories. So real, honest conversations of individuals living with mental health conditions, as well as family members sharing their experience with law enforcement, sharing what is great about CIT trained officers and what would be really helpful. So it's a really great way to have open and honest communication with law enforcement and to really make that big impact with mental health there. Similar to that is CITY, which we do put on in connection with Orange County government. So this is an 8-hour course designed specifically for CIT, but for youth. So it focuses on de-escalation techniques of youth, how to work within the school system, how to work with families, what to be looking for, and it's mainly done for our school resource officers. We also offer, when COVID is not a factor, we do Friends in the Lobby. So this is where individuals would go to different behavioral health facilities and be the warm hug, the smile, and a great connection to resources, specifically NAMI Greater Orlando, for individuals who are either first experiencing their first look into the mental health community and the mental health system, if you will, and then on. I think that's all of them. Some fun things that we're working on now. Little sneak peek as we're working with NAMI Florida and some other NAMI affiliates, specifically NAMI Palm Beach County and NAMI Pinellas, in order to get a spouse, partner, significant other, whatever name we land on, support group going. We know that the challenges associated with that are very different than having, a child or a sister or whatever it may be. So